All right, dads-to-be, let's talk about it. For most of us, the idea of labor brings up this wild mix of excitement and, let's be real, a pretty big dose of fear. But what if we just flipped the script on that? Instead of seeing it as this totally unpredictable thing you just have to get through, think of it as the championship game you can actually train for.
And look, if you're feeling anxious about this whole thing, yeah, that's totally normal. That feeling of being on the sidelines, wanting to help, but not having a clue how, it's pretty much universal. You're about to watch your partner go through something incredibly intense, and it's natural to feel a little helpless. But that feeling, that's exactly what we're going to tackle today.
So, here's the big mindset shift. Your role is not to be a passenger. You're not just the guy who drives the car or holds the bags. No way. You are the coach. You're her advocate, her #1 fan, and her source of strength. How you prepare and how you show up can literally change the entire experience for both of you.
And that's exactly what we're here to do. This is your playbook. We're going to walk through the actual concrete steps you can take right now to trade that anxiety for straight-up confidence. So when it's go time, you're not just in the room. You are a vital part of the team. First things first, the pregame prep. This is all about controlling what you can control. These are the little things you can knock out in that last trimester that will make a huge difference, clearing your mind so you can focus when it really counts. You might look at this list and think, okay, that's pretty basic, but trust me, these are absolute game changers. You do not want to be trying to figure out the hospital parking garage maze while your partner is having intense contractions. And the car seat, they will literally not let you leave with your baby if that car seat isn't installed correctly. And newsflash, the nurses can't do it for you. Getting these logistical headaches sorted out weeks ahead of time just melts away so much stress. And this right here, this perfectly illustrates the team approach. Of course, you're packing for your partner and the baby, but I want you to look at that third column, the one for you. Labor is a marathon, my friend, not a sprint. You're going to need snacks, a long phone charger, and trust me, a change of clothes can make you feel like a new man after 20 hours. You can't be a good coach if you're running on fumes. Okay, the birth plan. Let's think of this less like a legal contract and more like your shared cheat sheet. It's the result of you two talking through all the what-ifs ahead of time. Because when your partner is deep in the zone of labor, she's not going to be able to clearly explain her preferences. That becomes your job. This plan is your guide to being her voice, while always, always remembering the real goal, flexibility to get to a healthy mom and a healthy baby. All right, prep is done. Let's move on to game day itself. You've done the homework, you're prepared, so what does your role actually look like when labor starts? This is maybe the #1 question that causes stress. Is this it? Should we go now? Well, it really boils down to 2 clear signals you just can't ignore. First, use a timer or an app for the contractions. If they are consistently coming every 5 minutes or even closer for about an hour, it's probably time. Second, if her water breaks, whether it's a big gush or a slow leak, you go. That's it. You just go, even if the contractions haven't really kicked in yet. Those are your 2 main green lights. Now, this slide is everything. The difference between the guy on the left and the guy on the right, it all comes down to one word: action. Instead of just standing there watching, you're the one applying counter pressure to her lower back during a tough contraction. Instead of being quiet, you're the voice in her ear telling her how amazing she's doing. You're not on your phone. You're actively helping her with her breathing. You are a physical and emotional anchor in the room. That's the job. And if you're wondering how to advocate, this is it. This is your line. It's perfect because it's not confrontational, right? It's collaborative. You're saying, we've thought about this. We respect you. Now help us understand. It opens a conversation instead of starting a fight. It's calm, it's informed, and it's supportive. And then the baby is here. The most intense part is over, but your job as coach, it's not done. This first hour after birth is often called the golden hour, and it is a powerful, unique window for bonding that you do not want to miss. So, here's your immediate post-game playbook. Your main role is to facilitate connection. Help the nurses get that baby right up on mom's chest for skin-to-skin contact. Then, when the time is right, take your own turn. That contact is just as important for you. Be the guy who helps with the first feeding by becoming the official burp master. These small, active roles make you a hands-on dad from the literal first minute. Okay, finally, let's talk about the big 4, the common mistakes you want to avoid. Because honestly, knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing your playbook. This is it. This is the absolute biggest one.
Never, ever, under any circumstances, say anything like, "You got this, it can't be that bad." Just don't. Research shows that one of the most important things for a woman in labor is feeling like her experience is being believed and validated. Your only job here is to be on her team, believe her 100%, and validate everything she is feeling.
We've hit this one hard and for good reason. I'll say it again, this is not a spectator sport. If you find yourself just standing there watching things happen, that's your cue to get back in the game. Offer her a sip of water, a cool washcloth on her forehead, a word of encouragement. Just stay active, stay engaged.
Your partner is going to be looking to you to figure out how to feel. She will feed off of your energy. So even if you're freaking out on the inside, your job is to be a pillar of calm on the outside. Your calm is a form of support. It's a nonverbal message that tells her, everything is okay, I've got you, you can focus on your job.
And that birth plan we spent all that time on? Remember the deal, it's a guide, not a contract. Labor is wildly unpredictable. Things can and often do change in a heartbeat. Your ability to roll with the punches, to calmly accept a new direction, is one of the most powerful ways you can help. The goal is always the same: healthy mom, healthy baby. How you get there is secondary. So, we'll end with this thought. A birth plan outlines her preferences for the event. But the real question for you, the coach, is this: what's your plan to support her plan? How will you provide comfort? How will you advocate? How will you stay calm and present? Because that is the playbook that truly matters.